One, two, 1, 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Please join me on this gathering of the minds. Let's explore the markets. Let's look for opportunities. Um, let's have an open discussion and let's do a few modules. What do you guys think? Let's start with the good stuff. What do you guys think? NVIDIA in the news, very good. We're going to fly off the handlebars, no format. I'm starting my day. This is a homemade cappuccino. I appreciate you guys taking your valuable time to spend with me today. What do we want to talk about today? First of all, I need to make sure that this Zoom meeting is properly scheduled. I'm going to check my mail to confirm and build from there. Very quickly. I scheduled a meeting. I don't see it here. I have to double check. And see, as an entrepreneur, these are the things that happen. So let's just start with that. So yesterday I celebrate 1 year from my tour. This embarks the second year. Everything in my life depends on this tour. Everything in my life depends on this tour. Every time there's an opportunity, there's a challenge. Every time you plant your garden, the weeds are coming to destroy it. And not in a good way. So, what can we do as entrepreneurs when we're overcompensating for things? We're always trying to pivot. We're always trying to juke. We're always trying to adjust because this is 12 rounds of professional boxing. This is protect yourself at all times, right? As a matter of fact, I found the gym right up the street. I may have to go throw the gloves on and do the damn thing. You know what I mean? It's a tough love situation, but I may have no other choice. When you're in business, so many things are happening at one time. So many things are happening at once. You have to balance yourself out so that you can balance out all of the situations around you. Why is that important? Because without balance, you cannot build. And this is the reality of today's market. Once again, I'm going to say this every day for my new students. Please follow along. 5 pages, 5 paragraphs, 5 sentences each, 5 computer spacings in between. If you write it before you type it, please show the work. I don't care if you make your presentation in a chicken scratch. I'm very good at reading chicken scratch. Success is like the waves of the ocean. Even if you surf, you have to catch the correct wave. And you have to know when to walk away from a wave, when it may be too dangerous. Let's say you're off the pier and you're off the side somewhere close to the rocks. There's no docks there because obviously there's a rock formation. You have to know when to start swimming back. Today, for me, This is the challenge. The challenge is swimming back, being able to walk away from a situation and be perfectly proud that I walked away from it because I did everything that I could for it to be successful. When you're in business, you have to learn to adapt because sadly, not many people are going to go the full length. They're not going to put in all their strength. Some people are good number twos, number threes, number fours. So they don't put the energy that's needed to be a number one. You may be a number one. This is for the entrepreneurs where the entire company depends on you. In my situation, my entire company depends on me. My entire legacy depends on me. All of my businesses, all of my investments depend on me. All I need to function is to be happy. If I'm happy, I can make miracles happen. The biggest attacks are a recurring theme. I am a prisoner of all of my loved ones. Guess who they stress out the most? Guess who they upset the most? Guess who they belittle, put down, abuse, neglect, um, torment in every possible way? I am the person at the end receiving all these things. They cannot see. See, I'm a chosen one, so I can see through the entire universe. They don't understand how one faulty decision today is going to cost us a month or a year's time. A year's time of growth, productivity, scaling, expansion, etc. Today is one of those examples. I was supposed to be in a business venture, presenting myself in a brand new inauguration. The business is in dire need, but I had to put all my things to the side so that nobody has to feel outside of their comfort zone. It hurts the business. It hurts the morale of the business. It was a good moment for the business and everyone in the business to bond. It was a great moment to make a stand to the family to say, listen, I'm not going to stay quiet about these things. I'm not going to sit by idle and not do anything. This is it. Everybody saw all the planning that I did in the last few weeks, last few months, only for this to happen. Okay, no problem. This is the last time. I've reached a point where enough is enough. I've reached a point where it's like, okay, this is the money train, right? Get on the money train because it's going to roll. That's it. No more explaining things, no more stepping out of the comfort zone. This is it. You're either with me or you're against me. Either we have peace or we have war. Either we have balance and we can build or we have chaos and destruction. I choose to be part of this universe. I choose to go in this direction because I see the future. I see everything that I'm building. If everything I'm trying to build is for all these people that I love and they're the ones destroying it, I will no longer build for those people. Let's see how that changes the dynamic of things. I'll build for the church. I'll build for my charities. I'll build for all my philanthropic projects. I cannot continue to say this to my loved ones over and over again. They cannot find it fit to justify this toxic behavior at any moment. I have allowed it to happen far too long. So now everything stops. I'm not going to be nice. I'm not going to break things down in a university class format. No. These are the rules. This is the new law. You either abide by the new law or you have to build your own empire because this is my empire. Enough of putting my pains and my struggles to the side and devaluing my experience and my discipline. Those days are over. If this can help one person, I've done my job. So in this particular situation, I'm speaking from the standpoint of the frustration. Life is not how it was before COVID-19. Life will never be the same as it was before artificial intelligence. Technology has changed, life has changed, business has changed, the economy has changed, political structures have changed, social political structures have changed. Everything is different. I've heard about a cure for cancer. I'm going to do a lot of research about that. Shout out to Mel Gibson and Joe Rogan for speaking about it on their podcast. My entire life, I've gone through this abuse. I've been locked into this chamber. Everybody's so afraid of me becoming successful because everybody feels that I'm going to leave them behind. When those same people that are hurt and hurtful and abusive towards me, those are the people that I want to build for. Can I ask for a little bit of love? I'm asking for too much. Can I ask for a little bit of understanding? I'm asking for too much. Putting aside all of my things for everybody is never good enough. Well, that ends today. You either love me or you leave me alone. This includes the peanut gallery of my relatives that tune in every day and act like they don't understand. Act like they don't see the intelligence that it takes to do what I do every single day. I've been a university alumni, scholar, and educator for 20 something odd years. Not good enough for you? Well, motherfuck you. My pain is invalid to you? Too bad for you. You don't understand what I'm saying? Log off. Pay me no mind. You don't have to help me, but don't hurt me. Don't hurt me emotionally, psychologically, physically, mentally, or in any other way. It costs you nothing. Why do I have to externalize this? Because if I internalize it, it's going to hurt me in the end. And I've taken enough abuse from the entire universe. I've felt pain my entire life. I'm negotiating my retirement, my full retirement. I've retired many, many times before, but not like this time. This time is it. I'm going for the World Series, the NBA Finals, the Super Bowl. I'm aiming to break the NFT record this year, 2025, within the next few months. How I'm going to do that, I have no idea. All I can do is speak to venture capital firms and reach out to people that may understand. I cannot approach this with a regular business plan or a pitch deck. This has never been done before. This is unconventional investing right here. This is a unicorn. This is Amazon. This is Apple. This is IBM. This is Berkshire Hathaway. This is Nvidia. My family is in dire, desperate need. Physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, and in every other combination. They are the most toxic people in my life. They are the ones that hurt me the most. Who has to be left with the baggage of picking up the broken pieces of a broken heart that continues to be broken over and over again? All my life, all I've been doing is picking up these broken pieces from these broken people in broken environments and broken atmospheres. And that has been my life. I've been the collector of these broken hearts. Not anymore. Today is the final day that that's going to happen. Today is the final day that I'm going to allow any of these things to happen. I don't want to be aggressive. I don't want to be negative. I don't want to be vulnerable as well. I don't want to be abused. I don't want to be taken advantage of. Why does this continue to happen? I have millions of dollars invested. And because I love my family so much and I love my loved ones so much, I was always a humble giant to try to explain to them the process of success, how things work, why things take time, why it's harder for me to do any of these things, only for them to act like they don't speak English or Spanish or Castellano or French or Italian or Tigreño or Arabic. They don't understand. Doesn't make sense. But if there's anything in the world going on, they know it perfectly. Yet they still ask questions. Why is this like that? Why is that like this? Success leaves clues. You cannot have a person building business after business after business after business, making millionaires after millionaires after millionaires after millionaires, all using my formula. And for me to build something only for my loved ones to destroy it. That's all they do. That's all they've done. And statistically, that proves that that's all they're going to continue to do. The more successful I get, the more hurts their pride and ego, the more negative they become. Why does it affect me? Because I'm a God-fearing man, because I have abandonment issues, because I love my family to a default, and even giving them time and space hurts me more. Yet I have no choice but to do it because I have to protect myself. So I got to externalize it or it's going to destroy me. I got to give advice to a person that may be in a similar situation, surrounded by people that feel entitled to the abuse. I'm an artist, I do music. So, of course, I'm a public figure. I've been a public figure since I was a kid. If I'm on stage, everybody has access to me. They love my music. They love my songs. They love my performances. They love how professional I am. Everything about being an artist, amazing. All my music is clean. Most of my music is clean. So I don't have to worry about what most artists have to worry about. So my family feels that it's no different from me performing in the streets than performing in a theater, in a theater, or coliseum, or an arena, or a venue. They feel like they have the access. They feel like, oh yeah, you're an artist, but I know you. You're my family, so I can do some evil, hurtful shit to you, and it doesn't matter because you're a public figure. How is that fair to me? You know how much it bothers them that I share this publicly without prejudice, without pride, without ego. I'm completely vulnerable. I'm crystal clear like a cup of water. It bothers them to read my books and read the example that I've always given with my family. If there's a bucket of acid and you put my family in it, the acid will jump out and say that it's burning. Why does this continue to happen? It happens every day. I can have a perfect day and I'll get one fucked up phone call. Because of the nature of my business, I have to answer every phone call. I have to respond to every text. I have to respond to every email because I'm conducting business. I'm conducting business as we speak right now. I have 5 computers on right now. The entire world, the stock market is at my hands right now while I'm creating content. You understand me? I wish I had more cameras to show everything that I do every single day. And guess what? I don't. It's not in the budget yet, right? Because we are working towards that goal every single day. This is unfair for anybody. And it gets worse. I'm going to tell you why. Anytime I hit a home run, which is what I'm working towards every single day, I have to balance. What am I going to do when the Bitcoins are in my fucking wallet? Am I going to go help these people that have done nothing but destroy my life? As I've promised to God, as I've promised to my elders that I would do, it's going to be even worse. If you don't appreciate a Toyota Camry and a Honda Accord, you're not going to appreciate a Corvette or a private jet or a Rolls Royce. If you're evil and hurtful and toxic now, imagine when your house is $10 million. If you feel important today and you got it all figured out, just imagine when I tell my fucking heroin addict uncle that I fucking love to a default, that I know watches this shit every day. What happens when I put a fucking V12 Ferrari four-seater in his hands? Here you go, Theo. This is for you. What do I see for my uncle? I'm going to tell you what I see for my uncle as a chosen one. Being the leader of my distribution chain. Being in charge of marketing, logistics, and distribution. That's why he has the Ferrari. That's why he has the four-seater, even though it's a coupe. Not the 8-cylinder turbo, the 12-cylinder. Why? So he can go from province to province, from district to district, from tri-state area to tri-state area, to make sure that the company is operating at its optimal performance. I see him in Tom Ford. I see him with the Bruce Wayne, which is the avatar for today's class, negotiating deals. He's very charming. He's very charismatic. I see him with the fucking Dominican cigar negotiating, not the Cuban cigar, explaining to people what the differences are so that our tobacco can have proper representation, so that our Lopez Peña leathers that Hermes uses, that is from my family, is in the interior of this Ferrari. That not just Manny Cashman can have Hermes leather in his McLaren and his Bugatti or his Pagani, but that you can also have it in your Ferrari. I'm not talking about Puro Sangue. I'm talking about the GT4 Lusso. That's what I see for my uncle. The greatest medicine on earth, Cuba. Other places of the world too. You know what it is for me to be able to afford to send my uncle to Cuba to get cured, to get treated in the Philippines, to get treated in Asia for all his medical conditions, to be able to pay top dollar. I'm going to have a dental surgery that's almost $500,000. You think I just want that for me? No, I want that for all my family members. Do you think they want that for themselves? They do not. So that's the vision that I see for my uncle. That's not the vision that he sees for himself. Dream boards are a real thing. Future Tech Plus is a time machine. I'm a time traveler confirmed. I'm from the year 9998. You either understand that or you don't. And if you don't, it's okay. This is my time machine right here. This is how I travel to the future and back. And shout out to you, Morpheus. When you speak to the universe, what the higher power has given you dominion over. Remember, all I have is this moment. You guys remember that? This is the Adukan. The Adukan is this moment. This is all I have. You can't just say, God, I want a house. You have to say specifically, God, I want a house in Florida. I want a high rise, 3 bedrooms, because I have a granddaughter now. It's in this neighborhood, in this street. This is the what do you call that? This is the penthouse information. This is the one. You can't just say, God, I want a car. No, God, I want a Ferrari, GT4 Lusso, V12, whatever the model is before or after, I forget the name. It has to be the four-seater because I need it for business, but my daughter needs it for my granddaughter. And I'm not going to spend $500,000, $750,000, $1 million on a pura sangue. I sell them, sold them for $1 million up until a few months ago. The market started tanking in the UK. They were going for about 500,000 where they need to be. They sloped 750,000. I have some for 600 right now. Not 500, not 750, not a million. I have some for around uh 600 grand. If it's hard to sell a car that's 50,000, imagine how hard it is to sell a car that's $500,000. I do it every day. For 100 cars that I display online, I may sell one or two cars. That may happen once or twice a year. So am I really selling one car for 500,000 or am I selling 10 cars for 50,000? 5% of a million is 50 grand. If I do that once a year, most of my bills are paid. People don't seem to understand, oh my God, why are you always promoting? Why are you always marketing? Because that's my business. That's my day to day. Selling the car is easy. Making the investment is easy. Pitch decks, business plan, proposals, all that shit is easy. Reaching out to the venture capital firms, getting financing, all that shit is easy. Finding the right deal is not easy. Finding the right investors is not easy. I have a gentleman that I had a meeting with. We moved on to the second round. This is not going to be overnight. It may be 3 weeks before we speak again. Not because I want to, not because I don't need the money to invest, but because things have a natural course of development. And only after so many times are you able to build and secure a deal. I could go on my phone right now and pull up 5 venture capital firms and schedule 5 meetings right now while I'm on the phone with you. Each opportunity has to be vetted the exact same way. It has to be done in the same way every single time. I can't get my hopes up. All I can do is present the data points and the facts. Win, lose, or draw, I'm going to give it my all. I'm surrounded by a group of people that want me to fail, that expect every deal, even out of 1,000, they expect 1,000 deals to go bad. But remember, Colonel Sanders and KFC got 10,000 no's. I'm nowhere near 10,000 no's. I'm close, but I'm nowhere near. Shout out to you, Morpheus. You get what I'm saying? In my dream board, just like in Future Tech Plus, just like in the Venomar Motivation on Spotify, just like Voltron R1, those are all time machines. Those are all public ledger dream boards. You have to use your imagination to interchange with anything in my network. So not only did I want this goal, this dream, that I have this aspiration, I specified what it was. So I go and I create a trust fund and I create corporations and holdings companies. Traumatized with what had happened with my grandfather, legacy goals beyond our lifetime, dealing with everything that I'm dealing with, including the fight against cancer, right? I specify to the universe, I'm buying this land, I'm buying these properties. This is my house, my mother's house, my brother's house, my cousin's house, my other cousin's house, my friend's house, my business partner's house, my childhood friend's house. Everybody has a motherfucking house. My house is in the center. To my right wing, there's like 20 something properties. To my left wing, there's 20 something properties. I own everything. Look at that. Motherfucking goosebumps when I'm talking about it. That's real life shit from the fucking ether right there. That's confirmation right there. My house is at the center, like the center of my heart. My extremities are the homes of all the people that I love. We all live here. We're in California. We're in Malibu. We're by the water. This is my motherfucking estate for my whole family. This is my motherfucking compound right here. This is what God gave me. It belongs to all of us. I own the lands in the front. I own the lands by the water. I own the lands behind us. I own the mountain, behind the mountain, the valley. All that shit is mine. I send this to my family because I'm negotiating the Canelo fight with Terrence Crawford. I believe at this moment, everything is a signed deal. I'm reaching out to the Allegiance Center. I'm trying to make this event happen this week. This is a few months ago. Canelo once again drops the ball for spiritual reasons that I won't even discuss here. Everything I ever told Canelo came true. Canelo left my wing, signed with Showtime, HBO, never been the same. Peace out to you, Canelo. Everything that glitters ain't gold, right? You realize that now after a few hundred million. I told you that before there was 1 million. I shared my life experiences when Canelo was a nobody. Time passed, opportunities continued to present themselves, and the same chip on the shoulder, the same cancer, the same negative trait continued to grow. This last opportunity was a major one because I had just released the pitch decks. I had just reached out to Arlen Hamilton. Arlen Hamilton, Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban has a lot more than Showtime HBO. As hard as it was to make the connections with the Allegiance Center, going through venture capital after venture capital after venture capital after venture capital firm, the day that I released the pitch decks, canceled the deal. They've already gone through 5 back and forths. This is recent news. For those that know. For those in the business that understand, they understand. No need to explain it to the peanut gallery. You give them a finger, they want to take the arm. I reach out to my family, yo, this may be it. Not sure, but look, if this goes through, this is what we have. These are our other choices, and this is what I'm going to do with the money. I'm putting all of this into real estate. I'm locking it in, trust fund. Everybody's part of the trust fund. I separate myself from my wealth. This all happened around the same time. Do you think that my family's behavior changed or got worse? It got worse. One of my advisors, once again, this person's report card for the year is horrible. The most critical and crucial year of my life. This person chooses when to disengage. I went from asking this person to please fly with me to Dubai so that I'm not in these negotiations by myself. If there was somebody that I trusted, it was this person. I went from that conversation to a heart attack. 10 days later, it was on the 1st of January, we had the discussion. January 7th, I'm already facing the worst moments of my life. I'm bleeding to death. I don't know this. This is internally. January 17th, heart attack number 2. I'm 42 years old. May 17th, my family and I, well, not my family, my portfolio, my investments and I will celebrate 8 motherfucking years in business, in technology. And that's incorporated. That's not including the years before that. I made it. Started with $3.5 million. probably put another 25. But I made it those 8 years. That used to be 5 and became 8 or more. I made it. So I know that in the next few months, bang, grand slam. These 8 years, ups, downs, left, rights, this happened, that happened, this happened, that happened. One thing after the next, after the next, after the next, after the next. This is one of my dance moves too. When I'm on stage and I'm doing my dembow, that's one of my moves right there. I get all the girls with this one. That's my machete right there. As a rapper, I used to say my flow's a machete. And I'm the main reason why y'all niggas ain't ready. The behavior got worse. I have to ventilate this so it doesn't destroy me. I have to put this available to the unit, to the universe, to the ether, to show everything that I've been working on. And it may sound like that was the biggest deal or that was the biggest thing. Surprise, it was not. It wasn't the biggest deal. It was an additional deal. It was a deal that I was trying to do using my verticals and my horizontals. I was exploring opportunities that I never have before. I still have the people from Raider Stadium hitting me up while I had to put them on pause to deal with the venture capital firms because I spent the time to reach out to an expert that the VCs wanted to present it again to Allegiant Stadium minus the Canelo fight. Shout out to Shakira too. Shakira will be in California. She's going to be live with Jimmy Fallon, and that's after her concert at Allegiant Center. Another event. I was trying to figure out how to get in, get involved, build a little something, network, and build it up. And of course, right after she does the venues in Las Vegas, she's going to do a few in California. She's going to do Jimmy Fallon. And then she's off to, I think, Brazil, somewhere in Central America. All these little opportunities. Remember, if I can eat the crumbs from the dinosaurs, I'm going to make it. I'm a small company. I'm a one-man army, one-man team. I have the internet. I have a computer. I have a smartphone. I have the drive, the motivation, the resilience to keep going forward, looking for opportunities. And all I'm doing is cutting the grass and opening the path for my tribe and my clan to pull through. But how dare I tell the universe specifically, this is the land I'm investing in. This is the land that I'm buying. This is my home. That's my estate. That one is mine. That one is mine. But you know what? I'm giving that one to you, and it's yours as long as you live there. You don't own it on paper, but this is your house. My concept of moving my whole family to a high rise so they can learn how to be a family, and we're talking about Monaco. We're not talking about New Jersey. We're talking about Monaco. That concept changed. I said, you know what? Come to the family compound. Come to the family estate. Come walk my lands in life. Not how they did with my grandfather when he passed. Come walk my lands that I bought for my grandfather, obviously, to repay my grandfather with all these acres because of what they did to him and his lands. And these lands are worth way more money. Climate is not the same. That's the only advantage Dominican Republic has over my estate. The things that you're able to grow are a little bit different. And I give them that. It doesn't mean I can't produce a good tobacco or a good sugar cane or a good pineapple. But it's just an example. How dare I pull that from the ether, bring it to my family's attention, only for them to attack me. Oh, the deal fell through. Canelo pulled out. Allegiance Center and their business partners are upset. The venture capital firm is holding back because the expert says some dumb shit at the closing. Well, guess what? 10, 15 years ago, I lost a deal with JP Morgan Chase. It was a $2 million deal commission for me that bubbled into a $19 million deal that we lost the day of the closing. So I'm already experienced. This has already happened. This is not new to me. I'm not treading a new environment. I've been there before, but I didn't understand the fact that this can happen all the time. And just like anything else, you got to keep going and keep going and keep going until you land the deal. So it is safe to say my franchise is bigger than Canelo, and it's bigger than Allegiant Center, Radius Stadium. It's bigger than Las Vegas. It's bigger than the United States. I got business partners in Asia the same way that I have business partners in the Middle East, in places like Dubai. I'm dealing with people like Jacob and Company. I have a real estate development there that is crazy. It's going to be done in about a year and a half's time, 2 years. And I have the presidential suite. It's a goal, it's a dream, it's an aspiration. I'm working towards it. It's not secured, it's not written on concrete, but at least I'm in line to go back. Right now, I'm in the dugout, working on my swing, just practicing, so that when I go, I can hit it out the park. Now people are starting to reach back out to me because I neglected Europe. I neglected the Middle East. I neglected Asia because I was so fucking busy with my family here. And not only in the States, in South and Central America and in the Caribbean. No more. Fuck that shit. What good has it done? If I ever became bougie, if I ever stunted, it would be in front of my family because that's what they deserve and that's what they respect. I went to Dominican Republic with my motherfucking Batman. I walked the streets of Dominican Republic with my motherfucking Batman, and everybody knew what time it was. Didn't matter where I went, how I went, who I was with. At the time, the value of the Batman was ridiculous. Way over MSRP. 4 or 5 times over MSRP. For the people that collect timepieces, you know what I'm talking about. The avatar for this class, just like I gave the example with my uncle, which I love with all my heart, is the Bruce Wayne. Everybody knows Rolex. Rolex doesn't have a crown, it's a coronet. Most people don't even understand what that means. But you see how it's clearly defined? When you have a dream board, when you have a goal, when you have an aspiration, and you're going for it every single day, you need to be specific. I have a 5-month-old granddaughter, about to be 6 months on the 19th, the day before my little brother's 35th birthday. Another person that I have to fight to open a business venture for, something I could be doing for my younger son, something I could be doing for my older son. My son Kobe's a multimillionaire. You know how embarrassing it is for me to call my son and talk about some of these things? You know how hurtful that shit is? But I have to do it because that's what God wrote for me. So that's an example right there. There was an estate, there's a property in the trust fund for my little brother. Do you think that my little brother's heart is open to receive the blessings? No, people cross their hearts, cover their ears, close their eyes, cover their nose, close their hands. Meanwhile, God is showering down these opportunities. Do we need to talk about the whole portfolio? Let's talk about the whole portfolio. Radarplex systems, the system within a system, my autonomous program, Sectorplex, my terrain program. Both designs, both technologies. Military application, civilian application, medical application, I own all of it, 100%. That's one. Real estate all over the world. Everything I do is cashed out into Bitcoin, gold, precious gemstones, and motherfucking real estate. So we're not going to talk about real estate. That's two. Music catalog, 8,000 songs, all on the blockchain as NFTs. Digital assets, digital collectibles, public ledger, 100% ownership, proof of creation. All that shit is mine. From the NFTs to the publishing, to the royalties, to the copyrights, to for it to be printed on clothing, for it to be used in merchandise, for it to be linked and synced to movies, video games, streams, any kind of media. I own all of it, 100%. If every song makes $100 a month, that's $8 million. If it makes 1,000, that's $80 million. If it makes 10,000, that's $800 million a month. To put it in simple terms for the peanut gallery to understand what I'm negotiating. And my catalog is not for sale. My catalog is for lease. And it's not the whole catalog. No one company can have over 200 or 300 of my songs. That is by design. That means I can lease 300 records to Universal, 300 records to Sony, 300 records to Warner Brothers, 300 records to Blackstone and Hypnosis. Who do I represent? Who do I work with? BlackRock and Blackstone, the biggest of the biggest. But in order to impress those people, you have to understand I'm not the biggest person in those rooms. I'm the biggest person everywhere else, though. That's my leverage, my advantage. Let's add that to the portfolio. All of my automotive designs, the Jade Phoenix prototype, the car of the future that showcases all my technology, including Sectorplex and Cyraxplex, the system within a system, all mine. Thousands of designs. I only have a few hundred available for sale. The rest of the designs, the value, intrinsic value as a manufacturer, prototype brand, race cars, the whole nine. All the technology can be leased to every other manufacturer. Add that to the portfolio. The actual designs that are not used for civilian application vehicles are all a toy line. Add that to the catalog. I don't just have my own toys, I have my own video game. I don't just have my own video game, add that to the list. I have my own wearable technology. Everything from augmented reality glasses to headsets to portable speakers. Add that to the portfolio. Beats by Dre. You know how much that deal was worth between Apple and everything else that went along with that? The connection to Disney, Bob Iger, everything they've done buying the Marvel catalog and the Star Wars catalog. Like people don't understand. This is the future. On the music industry side, you have to understand movies are more powerful. Series and streaming are more powerful. But the future is direct to consumer. And every song in the future will become a movie. I have 8,000 of them. How many independent studios, black owned and operated by a minority, immigrant, has 8,000 movies in their catalog? I do. You either love me or you leave me alone. You either pay me what I'm worth because I know my value. I don't just have a price. Or don't worry, because all you're going to do for me is save me a little bit of time. Everything I'm doing, I'm going to do no matter what. If an investor comes in, they just accelerate it a little bit. It's like I have a race car. It's on the track. It's running at full speed on a high octane gasoline. An investor is like ethanol, E85, E105, E100, E130, whatever you're putting in your race car. That's all it is. So what happens when all the songs from my catalog are released into the market? Even if 80,000 songs are released in a day, I can be 10% of that any day of the week, any month of the year, any year, period. I don't need streams. I own everything. I have NFTs for sale. I have a clothing line. I have jewelry. I have timepieces. I'm into recycling. I'm into precious metals. I recycle everything from aluminum to gold, silver. Uh, what else? Let's just keep it at that. I have a composites company. It's part of the componentry for Radarplex and all the systems in Radarplex. When you invest with me, you're investing in this whole portfolio. I have a hair care franchise called Infinity Republic. I have a food company called 44 Kosher and Co. This is all part of the portfolio. I have my own events as well as having partnerships. I can make millions of dollars doing corporate events, working with Eva, end of the story. And you never have to hear from me. And every other one of my businesses and my investments, they work autonomously. So they generate money every single day. Passive income in my sleep, my catalog is making money. You know how much money I've made for companies like BandLab? A lot of money. I have developed all their software for free, directly and indirectly. Don't worry, they're going to see me in court very soon. I have the best lawyers in the world. My lawyer's name is Crystal Delgado. Google her. She's the best, the only person in charge of my legacy. Living Testament, Crystal Delgado, Delgado Law Firm, Austin, Texas. I trust her with everything. Miss Delgado, my life is in your hands. One life to live, and I did not come here to fail. I did not come here to stop or give up. There are millions of people that pray for me every day, that depend on me every day, churches, charities, foundations, good people that helped me when I had nothing. God's people, God's holy people, all my fortune goes to them. They're not going to tell me, oh, but this Ferrari is a 2013 or 2014. They're going to say, thank you, God. Auction off that Ferrari. See how much you can get for it. They're not going to say, oh, but you only bought 1,000 computers. You didn't buy 1,001. They're going to say, thank you. That's more for the schools, for the kids, for the children. Imagine the intrinsic value, right? The market share value of this channel, where I've been showing the world how to build this company from zero to $1 billion, and hold me to my word. Because every opportunity that I get, I'm going to make every single day count. This is just the beginning. If I can only control rehearsing, performing every single day, and creating music every day, that's what I've done. My last album came out. I'm going to tell you when my last album came out. So I did a showcase yesterday. And in one of the songs, I mentioned the date. And it was the 25th. So let's just see. Arctic Circle came out on the 27th. Today is the 2nd. Let's see how many days that was. The 27th was last Sunday, and today is Friday. My last album came out 5 days ago. 8,000 songs, 5,000 that I'm negotiating because I have my reserve, and then I have all the albums before that, not even included in the catalog. Farik got a few thousand songs with him. Buddha, few thousand songs with him. That's just two examples. I've done every beat, every instrumental from the industry, every era, every genre. I've done it all. Greatest rapper alive by every metric available. Nobody has more songs, more bars, more hooks, more bridges, more EPs, more mixtapes, more albums, more long plays, more double albums, more triple albums, or more quadruple albums than I do. The industry makes sure that you don't know who I am. And that's okay, because I like to live a private life. I may drive a SP3 Daytona down Daytona Boulevard in Florida, and you don't know who the fuck I am, and I'm going to give you a thumbs up. I'm going to throw up the peace sign. And I'm going to be listening to my music. And if you want to take a look at the Ferrari, yeah, it's $4 or $5 million. Take a look at it. I'll let you whip it around the block. I like that. I'm finally at that point where even my jewelers, they know who they are. Shout out to Happy Jewelers, CRM Jewelers, Tracks NYC. Um, Shout out to producer Michael. These are personal relationships of people that I deal with on a one-to-one basis. That's the life that I live. I walk the streets like everybody else. I'm an artist on stage. I come off stage. I'm a regular person. The same show that I perform for the public in the streets is the same show that I give to my wealthy, high-paying clients when I do their corporate events or their weddings or their Sweet 16s, and I'm available worldwide. I'm a private jet owner. You send a deposit, Venom R1 wins to the Cash App, and I'm fueling the jets, and I accept the rest of the payment after my performance. 2 hours, 25 of my greatest hits nonstop. And if I DJ, I can give you an extra hour of performance. 100% independent, all by myself, all me. I don't anybody a red, nothing. Everything that I just described to you in my portfolio, everything I've been building, I built it by myself. I built it alone. I built it hard with a criminal record, convicted felon, with no family support, no love, no understanding. With this happening and then that happening and that happening, I'm still fighting for my freedom. I'm fighting for my civilian rights. I'm fighting for my credentials. These last 2 years, I begged my family, listen, everything is crumbling. Things are falling apart. I need help. 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 Help wasn't coming. I had to remind myself that I was Superman, that I was Batman, that I was Bruce Wayne, that I was Clark Kent, and say, you know what? Enough is enough. Okay, everybody have fun. Got it out your system. Good. Now I'm going to start building. You're all amongst a construction zone. All of you are amongst a construction zone. You're welcome to come build. Would you like to build? We can only build to the top. The estate planning that's being done in Dubai is the highest in the world. That one is mine. Everything I'm doing is to make sure that that one is mine. We are the Jetsons. I am George Jetson. If my family cannot appreciate a $5 million jet, they're not going to appreciate a $25 million jet. Because that means they don't appreciate a first class ticket. They don't appreciate an opportunity to break and establish World Guinness Book of Records. They don't appreciate any of this technology. My NFTs are in all my products and services, from t-shirts to headsets to eye sets, wearable technologies. Everything that I do has my music inside of it. You buy an iPhone 16e, comes with the NFTs. I have the most expensive iPhones on the planet. You can find me on LinkedIn. You want to buy an NFT? Write to me on LinkedIn. I have some exclusive NFTs for first time adopters. One of a kind, once in a lifetime NFTs. And I'm always available and open for business. cyraxplex@gmail.com. 504-202-5915. You want to buy some real estate? You want to invest? You want to invest into technology? You want to diversify your portfolio? You're looking for a hyper exotic car of your choice all over the world? Give me a call. Give me the opportunity to earn your business. If I can't beat the best deal, don't do business with me. Shout out to all my friends from VinWiki, Curated, amongst many others. Shout out to Driving Emotions. Shout out to First Motors in Dubai, VIP Motors in Dubai, to name a few. Shout out to all the manufacturers from Horatio Pagani to Von Koenigsegg to Remax to Mr. Hennessy. Call me. Give me an opportunity to earn your business. It'll only take a few minutes of your time. I can fly anywhere to pick up any vehicle for you and deliver it to your front door. I will fly anywhere in the world, pick up your car, travel with your car to your front door for a fee. I'm available to do a showcase for any manufacturer, any dealership, any distributor, any retailer, any import or export company, private or from a collection. I can work with Barrett Jackson, I can work with Christie's, and I can work in Sotheby's for automotive. For art and everything else, that's a little bit different. Shout out to Masterworks. I have built this empire over the last 42 years by myself. Started very young. I was trading stocks when I had to go through all of the stocks in the New York Times and circle them by hand. Very well invested for a very long time. Very consistent. That's my portfolio. And it's only the beginning. I have spirits, non alcoholic beverages, tobacco, cannabis at all my events. My own, not a partnership, not a limited liability corporation, not this, not that. From me, it's all from me. Everybody is welcome to become a part of that. All you need to do is bring a little bit of love. That's it. I'm looking for the right people to build this new team. I'm not here to waste anybody's time, nor do I want anybody to waste my time. Everything I have learned from these toxic family members is my unique competitive advantage. I've dealt with the worst of them. None of this is new to me. If business is war, I'm a wartime and a peacetime general. I know how to do both. I could hunt you down like bin Laden, but I can also sit down with you like Obama and have a cup of tea and have a conversation and give you an opportunity to get back on the straight and narrow path. Now, what you decide to do with that is on you because when I'm coming for you, it's Navy Team SEAL 6. I'm sending the F-22 Raptors. I'm not sending the F-35 Lightning IIs. That's reconnaissance. I'm sending the F-22 Raptors fully loaded. As a matter of fact, they're fueling right now as we speak. Life and avatars, sages such as my grandfather, prepared me for moments like this. In life, when my grandfather planned his estate, I was there. He waited for me to be there. I remember everything so clearly. I didn't understand why I remembered this so vividly. My grandfather made sure that the permanent database was on, that everything that he told me, it was with years as I developed maturity to understand what he was telling me. It all has come full circle. And now I find myself in the same position, separating myself from my wealth. Made everything clear to the people that I love the most. Simple as that. Enough is enough. I've had enough. Enough is enough. This is not for everyone. You either understand or you don't. It either makes sense to you, you get it, or it doesn't. You either care about what I'm saying or you don't. That's between you and God. That has nothing to do with me. I've done my part to convey all of these things so that everything is clear. There is somebody out there, just like me, in a similar situation, facing the same challenges that can get a lot of value from watching this video. And not just my students. This is my real life. I'm allowing the world to be part of my engineering school, my university, my school of thought, how I view the world, how I perceive it, why I perceive it this way, and why I do everything that I do in the way that I do. Before I fell asleep yesterday, there was frustration. Found it very hard to sleep. Got a little bit of rest. Woke up, I was still frustrated. And I said, you know what? We're going to call a family meeting and we're going to use technology because every one of those people are going to get this. It's going to be made clear to everybody. For 2 years, I pleaded to each and every one of you, please help me. Look at the long-term vision. Please help me before all of this happens. And all of this is happening. No matter what I tried, no matter what I did, it still happened. Divine intervention. You tell me that I could have planned that the universe is like, and at this moment, we're going to say divine intervention. As vocal as I am, I've been very quiet about these things because I tried to cater to my own default to people's insecurities and worries and doubts and misunderstandings. Oh, don't take it this way. Let me explain it to you in a better way. Oh, don't perceive it this way. Let me show you the correct way. No, you cannot force love. People either understand you or they don't. This is what happens when you have a negotiation between countries and leaders and these people that are supposed to be leading the free world, right? My line in the sand has been drawn. I've created time, space between myself and everything that I have going on. Anybody in my life that is not there to contribute something positive, peace out to you. Have a good life. I hope it works out because it's only going to get worse. When you're reading about me every day, when you're seeing me on TV, when you're listening to me on the radio, when you're hearing me on the internet, when your relative is playing a video game and you hear one of my songs, it's going to be too late. You're not going to be able to run from it. The whole world is going to be looking back at you like, damn, You didn't appreciate what God was giving you? My love and support and understanding and my knowledge, my wisdom? No, you didn't appreciate it because you thought you had it figured out. Well, I hope that that formula works for you because I know exactly what I'm doing every single day. Every single day. Every single day. Every single day. As a matter of fact, while we're here, we are going to connect with one of these firms, one of these investors. Shit is unbelievable, man. All right. Got a message from Tony Robbins. Here, let me give you guys a little bit of this. It's the real life Tony Robbins. Okay? For you non believers. Every decision you make is a reflection of what you value. Even tough choices become clearer when they align with your core values. There's nothing worse than making a decision based on fear instead of what's in your heart. When you're faced with a tough decision, ask yourself, does this align with what matters most to me? When your decisions reflect your values, you're always moving in the right direction. That's exactly what I'm doing. Okay, let's keep going. Hablo. It's one of my girlfriends. A lot of them are celebrities. It's another part of my life too. I cannot bring so many of these people to my inner circle because I have family members that would only destroy. They don't understand the concept of building. Give me one quick second. Social media. I got my cousins on here. Give me one quick second. This is important to express these things, ventilate these things, you know. It's important to get it out into the clear and into the open. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know, when I go on these social medias, now I have to be an artist because these are the people that are reaching out to me here on my social media. I have to also be nice. I have to be cordial. I have to be respectful. But I'm also here to do business. So no matter what may call my attention, I have to continue. That's the first company. I've already dealt with them, not interested. But just count how many minutes. Just going through my messages. That's one company right there. I'm looking for a specific company because uh I need to reschedule. That's the second company right there. This is the third. Still going. That's the fourth. Again, I'm looking for somebody in particular. That's the fifth. This one is real estate, so it's a little bit different. That's the sixth. That one has potential. It's only 5 million though. That's a $5 million offer. Mm, 7th, 8th. This one has potential. That's another one. That's another one. That's another one. We're gonna go for one more. If I don't find the listing I'm looking for, that's another one. But these are all real estate deals. That's another one. That's another one. Real estate investments, which is not what I'm looking for today. So about 4 real estate investments right there. That's another one right there. Okay. All right. That's enough. So just like that, 20 offers. It took me 10, 15 minutes. So every minute I'm getting an offer. My offices are closed, but I'm still going to be vetting some of these places out. We will be right back. I'm going to take a quick commercial pause. Tune back in for part 2. Today is the 2nd of May, 2025.